Hello, warriors and supporters, and welcome back to CWF Presents CRPS/RSD is Real. I am Brittany Somerville, VP of Operations for the CRPS Warriors Foundation, and this week we have episode number 11. With us today, we have Marie Aungst. Marie is a weight loss coach. She's located in New York. So let's dive in with Kimberly and find out the many different ways in which Marie can support warriors, as well as learn of the benefits she has personally experienced in her health journey when she made the choice to live healthier.
Hello and welcome. My name is Kimberly Sigelka. I'm a CRPS warrior and operations assistant with the CRPS Warriors Foundation. Today we are talking to Marie about how weight loss can help CRPS warriors. I will start with, how were you first introduced to CRPS and the foundation?
So I met Deborah Jankowski. Her and I were in like a mutual networking group, and she had reached out to me when she heard that I, have lost weight and I'm a weight loss coach. So talked, and she was telling me about the foundation, and, I was just overwhelmed by pain and, just the chronic pain. It's unimaginable that you got to live with that every day, and I know with that pain, we get inflammation, and I just want to be here to give hope, inspiration to know that, physically some people are limited with this disease, but you could still lose weight and get healthy. And, I just want to help them.
Well, thank you. We really appreciate that. And like you said, some people can't move around very much. Going from an active lifestyle to all of a sudden being in a sedentary lifestyle, that will really affect your weight just because you're not moving very much. So even if you change your food and your intake, you still might be gaining weight because you're not moving very much. Because
Correct.
With a lot of CRPS patients, our movement is so restricted, or we're practically just sedentary because of it hurts so much to move. And I'm sure extra weight doesn't help that situation either, like helping you be able to move. So what are some of the things you would talk to a CRPS patient about if they wanted to lose weight?
So what's nice about the program is you really don't want to do a lot of exercise, because you want your body to get in fat burn where it will release the fat cells. So 30 minutes a day is basically all it's required. And just, and I know with certain patients, they have limited mobility, like you said, and others can do a little bit more. So, I would actually probably just talk to them to see where they are in their health journey and where they want to go and what I can help them do to get there. Because we have various programs for, diabetics, because others have medical conditions also with this, and I would just want to see how comfortable they are and what program I can offer them that will help them lose weight. But like you said, you're not going to be out. I don't need you to be out in the gym to lose weight, because that's not what our program's about, not heavy exercise.
Okay. The exercise that is part of your program, are these things that can be adapted to people? I know that there's yoga that is sitting in a chair or sitting in a bed, that you can still do yoga, you can still do things like that. Are there adaptable programs for people?
Yeah, it's just 30 minutes of movement a day. That's exactly what's required. Whether it's going to put a load of laundry in, or, just walking up your stairs or down your stairs, that's what it's required. It's, nothing with weights and in the gym.
So that's helpful for people to know that they can have weight loss and not have to be doing high impact going to the gym, which would just honestly seem impossible. What about nutrition? Because I think what you put in your body is a huge part of your health. So what is some of the things that you talk about in that regard?
So first, until you reach your goal weight, whatever we provide with the program, it's all your nutrients and vitamins for the day. Okay. And it's high in protein, low in carbs, and low in fat. So once you get familiar with that, and like all the items are easy, a bar of shake or, a bowl of mashed potatoes, they don't require you to be in front of a stove cooking all day. Okay. And you're going to eat 5 times a day this, and then you're just going to make your own sensible dinner. Okay. And you could keep it easy. It's easy as like a piece of chicken and some salad. Okay. It's not an overwhelming, program to follow, but once you start getting into the routine and once you reach your weight, then we transition you back into the other food groups. So you're really getting everything back. But to me, the most important thing, no matter what the number on the scale said, was the healthy change of mindset, and to me, that is huge because when you're not thinking healthy, yeah, you might want to be healthy till you reach your goal weight. But if you don't have that right frame of mind and you haven't transitioned to that healthy mindset, you're back to square one. And then you did all that work for nothing. And me being a coach, I'm on the journey with you and I can guide you to switch that mindset to be healthy. There's so many healthy recipes out there. And I always thought eating healthy cost a lot of money and was a lot of work. It's a lot easier than, going through getting fast food and, slaving over a stove every night.
I think that mindset part is so huge because a lot of times convenience can interfere with the mindset of trying to eat healthy. So I think that like convenience of what can I just grab and eat, or I don't want to worry about it, or I don't have the energy to cook could be a major factor for people.
They even state that like obesity rate in America is at 30%. And that's almost every state. And, and that convenience is killing people, but like with my program and, I know like if, it's a painful day, you can have a bar and a shake most of the day and you're still getting all your nutrients, all your vitamins as you're losing weight.
So the nutrients and the vitamins are in the things that you're talking about, the proteins in the
Yes.
shakes. And then are there supplements that people recommend taking as well with that, or is it just part of your program?
No supplements because everything's included. We do advise that they talk to their healthcare provider, and there's a little program, recap for the healthcare provider. And of course, we always listen to your doctor's orders first, And then if you need additional supplements based on your condition, or your doctor's recommendation, you would have those. But we also have programs for like diabetics, nursing moms, the elderly, and we also support the people that are doing the shots with the medically supported weight loss, okay? Because that's huge now too, because, you got to have that change mindset. You can't be on that shot your whole life. And, you want to eat healthy as you're taking that shot. So then once you're off, you have that healthy mindset where you can continue to stay on the right path.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of what you're talking about is like you lose the weight, but then what? How do you maintain it? How do you keep the right mindset, creating the habit of eating the proper way? So that's what you're saying is part of your program. What are some of the things that you help teach people about that?
So basically what to buy and what not to buy. Okay. If you don't want to eat it, don't bring it in your house because you got nobody to blame but yourself. And, I tell them right out, it's like, you got to be honest because like I said, weight loss, that affects your life in so many ways. And, you have to be really committed and say, yes, I'm ready to change my life because you can't just be healthy Monday to Friday and then Saturday and Sunday you go off the wheels, so you just got to be committed. And, I guide my clients, I'm with them, the days they're not doing good, they reach out. I'm one call away from them to say, I messed up today. Fine. Let's start tomorrow and let's try to get you healthy and get you some good guidance and good, steps to, continue this path so you can be healthy.
That's great. Having support is really, really helpful. Someone to turn to is, I think, something that CRPS patients would probably really value is having somebody that they can talk to about it when they have questions or when they're having a bad day. So I think that's wonderful. Do you want to tell us a little bit about why you decided to become a weight loss coach?
So for 30 years, I was severely overweight. I consider myself obese. Well, that's what the medical chart said. And I was missing out on life. My husband and son, they would golf, they would do everything. And I'd come home from work, I was exhausted and I do absolutely nothing. Okay. So when I found the program and I lost, 155 pounds, I need to be people's hope and inspiration. I was 57 years old when I started this, and you're never too old to get healthy. And, I used to drink like 5 or 6 Lipton iced teas a day and, chips. And I was just totally never thought health as a priority. And it just led down, to a wrong path with me with high blood pressure and cholesterol and the whole 9 yards. So I'm a coach here to let people know there is hope, there's inspiration, there's someone to help you. And, if you can, some people just need to lose 5 pounds. And it's a big difference on them. No amount is too small and no amount is too high.
That was amazing. Thank you for sharing your journey. And I think it's so much about how you feel when you lose weight, like how your body is functioning, how you feel, not just the way you look. And I think that's like an important thing to mention.
Right. And that number on the scale doesn't define you. I also lost 105 inches. And there were weeks that I lost 1 pound and 5 inches. You're feeling good because you have energy. Your clothes are loose. The scale may not move, but you're going to feel good. And that's all you need to get you through that day and every day after that.
That's awesome. Are there any tips that you would give people who listen to this and they get excited or motivated that they're like, you know what, I think I need to start my weight loss journey? Like, where should they start?
So first they should start drinking water. Water is so important, and we recommend at least 64 ounces of water a day. And I was never a water drinker. I had to practice before I started the program because water and me, we weren't in the same sentence. But now I drink like at least 100 ounces of water a day like it's nothing. Because, water is good for weight loss, but, your organs need water. Water is so important to the body. You don't get dehydrated, which makes you tired. So that would be the biggest tip for anybody. Get that water in. And there's days like, in the winter, nobody wants to drink water, but it's so important for you to get that water in. And it also fills you up where you're not eating unnecessarily, just to have food in your mouth because you're not full. So, water will take the place of you snacking most of the day too.
That's a great tip. I think I remember reading that sometimes people think they're hungry when they're actually thirsty. It's like one of those things that your brain hasn't figured out, or it tricks you. And if you drink water, you won't be as hungry. But yeah, hydration is so important for your health.
And they say that when you get up, you're supposed to drink a full glass of water in the morning, because whatever you have first in the morning, that's what your body craves the rest of the day. So if you wake up and you have, bread or sugar or something, you're going to notice you want that, a lot of the times during the day, where water is it's all in.
That's really interesting. That's cool. I'm going to try that and see if I do better with my water intake. Cause I have POTS too. So I have to drink a lot of water, and on the days that I don't do as well, I wonder if the first thing I had was coffee instead of water. So
Yep.
I'll try
Just
that
a little
out.
tip.
Yeah. What about, like you're saying, so first thing in the morning, water, and then with breakfast, like obviously you said, if you have something like bread or sugar, then you're going to crave that. So having maybe something different for breakfast would be a positive in that direction as well.
Yeah, and like that was a big up here. We have Tim Hortons, so I used to always get the cafe mocha coffee. Okay, and obviously that's a lot of calories. So what I do now is I get a cafe mocha shake, from the program, and I have that with my coffee, and that starts my day. It takes the place. It's just a simple switch of what you had before and what you can substitute as a healthier version, and you're not sacrificing taste or what your routine of every single day was starting with coffee.
Yeah. And it's funny because it is like people don't realize how much stuff is in those coffees when you buy them from places. I drink black coffee, and that's just the way I've always been. But I've had so many friends that have like the $14 coffee orders, and it's amazing how many calories are actually in those drinks. And if you're not aware, then you just think it's no big deal. You're having a cup of coffee, right? So what other tips or things would you like to share with people?
So we also have essential amino acids and whey products, and the essential amino acids help build the muscle, because as we get older, our muscles deteriorate. So, I even offer that, if people just want to have some essential amino acids just to keep their muscle toned and their muscles built, so that's always an option too. But I guess the thing is, whenever you start a weight loss journey, you have to be mentally prepared to start, or you're not going to succeed. Okay. And that was big for me, after 25, 30 years of not being healthy, it was do or die for me, because, I was killing myself with my weight, and I had to be all in, and I made sure, I followed everything correctly, and I saw the weight come off. So, and, like I said, not every day is an easy day, but every day is a better day, if you're eating healthy and really making a conscious effort of getting healthy. And I know, with a lot of the weight gain, there's inflammation and, just getting that water in and, shedding some weight, that inflammation will go down and you'll feel a lot better too. So it's just the healthy mindset and knowing that you can do it, because if I can do it after 30 years, I mean, anybody can do it. You just got to be committed, and you got to think of why you want to do it. And that's your biggest reason to go forward.
Awesome. Thank you. That's great advice. Do you, as the coach part of it, do you recommend journals at all so that people can keep track of what they're eating, what they're doing, what their habits are? Is that something that you would recommend?
Yes,
doing?
actually, we do have a journal for your first month, okay, to see how many times you're drinking water and what you're eating. Because then if you have an off day or a day that, totally didn't work for you, we can kind of backtrack and see, did you have something you shouldn't that day, or did you have too much of, sugar or stuff like that? So yeah, a journal is always good, because you don't realize what you eat in a day till you see it in writing, and you think you had all your water and you only had 2 bottles, so.
Yeah, it can be surprising what you end up writing down, or what you then realize you're like, oh, I'm doing this and I probably shouldn't. Might make you think twice about doing it because you're telling yourself you need to write it down,
Yes.
so having that little snack or piece of chocolate or whatever it is, if you have to write it down, it might make you think twice about doing it, right?
Yep. And also a hobby works, like I have a jigsaw puzzle on my dining room table at all times, because, when you get hungry, you got to, we're all going to get hungry during the day, but when you're trying to lose weight, you don't, you want to curb some of those hunger pains as you're eating, every couple hours that I do now, to keep my metabolism moving. But you got to have something to sidetrack you, because if you're just doing nothing and now you're getting hungry, you're going to go to the fridge every time. You just need to get a little something in your mind to keep you occupied or keep you busy, even if you get up and go in your yard for a little bit, just to break that mind of wanting to go into the fridge. That helps too.
Yeah. A distraction is always really helpful. I do that for my pain as well. So sometimes if it just gets too much, you got to distract your brain, because otherwise you can think of nothing else. So
yes,
that
becomes
distraction
obsessive,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's a great tip, is to have like a jigsaw puzzle or something that really you're interested in set up and ready to go.
Even a coloring book and crayons, it doesn't take a lot just to get a little distraction going.
Yeah. Someone with CRPS, you understand the pain and fatigue and all of that comes with it. So the program that you're talking about would help people possibly with their energy levels and that kind of stuff, because you'd be starting to add in the nutrients your body needs and lowering that inflammation. And it could benefit people in that way, starting to feel better, a little bit better, so they can be a little bit more active.
Yes, exactly. And like I said, we do a health assessment just to make sure, you have no allergies, everything's good. And, I want to meet you where you are on your health journey. Some, they might just need just a couple little tips to kickstart their body, or just a couple, different tweaks of what they're eating a day just to start to get on that healthy path. So yeah. And as, they continue on the program, they will have the energy and they will start losing the weight. And, you'll realize usually in 3 days, you'll be in such a good energy mode. You would think, oh, I haven't had that energy, so, but it's a good feeling when you're finally getting some energy and getting healthy.
How long, does it depend on the person, how long you generally expect your program to be? It depends on each person's evaluation of how much weight they want to lose or how many things they want to do with the program. So is there a general estimate of how long it is, or is it more, it's really dependent on each person?
It's going to depend on each person, how much weight they want to lose. Obviously, for some reason, guys lose faster than women, so, but it just depends, some medicine affects the weight loss too, so that's why we would talk with them and, have a little consultation one-on-one just to kind of see where we're at and, what some of the expectations could be. And also if, they're on the program and 3 days they're on and 4 days they're off, then, they're not going to be successful because, you want to be committed till you reach that goal number that you're looking for.
And I think it's great that you said that you have paperwork for people to share with their doctors, because people could be on a lot of different types of medications or like have specific things going on. So having that information and talking to their doctor to make sure that it is a right fit is great that you have that information.
Yes, and that is good because, it may not work for everybody, depending on their situation, but, talking to me, a free consultation, just to get you an idea and get you that form, you can be on your way.
Is there anything that you would like to share about your program or weight loss?
So I think as a whole, if I wouldn't have decided to get healthy, I honestly don't even know if I'd be here because of my weight and my issues. And, to me, this was a second chance for me. And that's why I just want to encourage anybody that is struggling with their weight or inflammation or anything, or they just want someone to talk to. Because, when you're overweight and you're not as mobile enough, loneliness comes in too, and depression. And, that's serious, that's serious stuff that can take us down a different path. And, I'm always here to talk to anybody just to get them, just to give them one healthy tip a day, or just if they just need someone to talk to, and, we could talk about where they want to go with goals. But I'm here for anybody that needs anything, because I know what the weight loss did for me and just changed my whole mental attitude and health and everything. And, I just want to be there for whoever I can be.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much for being willing to be there for everybody. And I hope that people will reach out to you to be able to have that consultation. I'm assuming it's virtual, so anyone, no matter where they're located, would be able to reach out to you. Is that correct?
Yep. We could do a Zoom, a telephone call. I deal with everybody across America. And then a little about the transitioning after you reach your goal weight. Okay, so then that's like a 4-week program. Okay, where you take less of the foods that you eat at the beginning of your program, and you substitute that with your food group. So let's say like the first week, you're going to have an extra cup of veggies. Okay. The second week you have fruit. The third week you'll have your carbohydrates. So that's all structured too. Like, we don't just hand you the program and say, good luck. We walk with you the whole path with any questions or anything. And, when you are on the program to begin with, no fruit, because fruit's high in sugar, and some veggies, but, we give you everything you need to succeed. If it's not on our food list, you're not going to eat it, because those have hidden sugars. And reading labels. If people aren't reading labels, you really have to get in the habit of reading labels. Those added sugars, they are just the number is high on some of these. If you actually start reading the label, some of these have like 11, 12 grams of added sugar. You do not want that, because that's just doing your whole body a disservice. So, make sure you're reading those labels too.
Absolutely. Labels are so important. You end up turning it over, and the first like 3 green ingredients are like corn syrup, rice syrup, and tapioca syrup.
Yep.
What? So yeah, make sure you read your labels. It's they add sugar in everything.
Yep. It's crazy,
I started a no sugar diet for a little while for inflammation, and it is really tricky to find, like, make it yourself, or a few brands in the grocery store that don't have added sugars in them, and it's interesting.
Yep. And it's funny because like the first 3 days, on program, your body is kind of like detoxing, because you're not eating all that, I can't even think of the right word, all that, unhealthy things you've been eating with your sugar and your carbs and all that, where your body is like wondering what's going on, but we also, tell them to take some, like you can have some different drinks and, like a pickle spear or something, just to get your body through those 3 days. But with the program, you're eating a lot healthier and you're feeling a lot better too.
That's great. And like you said, with you having as the coach, you're teaching them along the way. So when you're done, when you've hit your goal weight, you have the knowledge to then continue to live a healthy lifestyle. I think that's really important.
Right. I don't go away. I'm with you even when you reach your goal weight, when you transition, I'm always going to be here, because at any given time, we could always fall off the wagon or, and, I had, some people call me and say, hey, I'm at this party. I'm going to have this piece of cake. Oh, really? We just kind of talk it out. So I'm kind of like there to help you succeed and beyond that, because, I know weight loss is tough, and, I sustained my weight loss. It's been 2 years now. And, I still talk to my coach, on days, and, we're just a complete outlet for you. So there's no reason to fail unless you're not committed.
Yeah, that's great, because peer pressure can be tough, like at a party, and being comfortable saying like, yeah, I'm not going to have that piece of cake, like, thanks. And everybody's like, come on, being
Right.
able to being able to reach out to you if you don't have the ability to say no yourself. I think that's great that you're there for them.
Yep, you have to be stronger than that food that's coming in front of you, because you're going to love the results. And I don't know if they need to know this or if they broadcast or that, but, I had told Deb that I'm willing to give them discounts. Anybody, affiliated with, your service and that. So
We'll make sure if people say that they're part of, like, heard about you or have CRPS or part of the CRPS Foundation, that you're willing to give a discount. So we'll make sure that they know that.
I know some people it's covered by their HSA card, but others don't cover it. So that would be up to them, to look for that.
Okay. That's a good tip to know too.
Yeah.
I know that everything gets really expensive, and a lot of the things that we're looking for to try and help end up being outside of our insurance because
Right.
things haven't worked yet. So we're keep searching for new ideas and things that can help people, but knowing that some of it might be covered on an HSA could be really helpful for people, because things get really expensive when you have a chronic illness. So
yeah, but everything comes right to their door, so they don't even have to leave the house.
Okay. I think that this was great. You gave us a lot of great tips for weight loss, and it's really wonderful that you're so supportive and that you're there for the community. So we really appreciate you.
Thank you. Yeah, whatever you need from me, like I said, I'm all in helping anybody I can. So whatever you need, just text me or shoot me an email and I'll help you out. All right?
It was a pleasure meeting you. Thank you so much for sharing your information about weight loss with us and being so supportive and being a resource for the foundation.
Thank you, Kimberly, for delivering another amazing episode of CWF Presents CRPS/RSD is Real. And thank you, Marie, for taking the time to sit with us and give us some insight and share your personal experiences. And it is so inspiring to see how supportive you truly are and want to be for warriors. If anyone would like to get in touch with Marie, her contact info is in this episode's description, and you can always find her on our website, CRPSWarriorsFoundation.org. If you would like to show your support for the podcast and for the foundation, please text CWF Podcast to 53555. We have some pretty exciting things in the works. Our next support group is right around the corner on Saturday the 20th from 8 to 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you would like to sign up for group, you can find the link for that on our website, CRPSWarriorsFoundation.org, under the Events tab. You can also stay up to date on all upcoming groups by following us on social media or by subscribing to our newsletter. We also have 2024's Rockfest coming up in September. Heyday Events is sponsoring a fundraising event for us in which they are donating $12 back per ticket sold on the fundraising page for the foundation. That is heyday.com/CRPS, and you must use the promo code CRPS24 at checkout for the purchase to count towards the donation Heyday will make to the foundation. If you can't make the event and wish to donate, please text Rockfest to 53555. We'll see you again on the 1st.